Hi everyone, in this video we are going to be learning how to do a satin stitch, which is one of the most common stitches used in embroidery today. It's most of the time used as a filler stitch. So how you're going to begin is you're going to start from underneath the fabric at one point of the space you're trying to fill. Come up through the fabric and then that's the beginning of your stitch, and where you're going to go back down through the fabric to end your stitch is at the second point of the space you're trying to fill. So as you can see in this video, I have two lines and I'm trying to fill the space between the lines. So what I'm doing is coming up from underneath the fabric on the first line, coming up over and finishing that stitch on the second line so that the space in between the two lines is covered. It's definitely something that's easier to see than it is for me to explain. So essentially, you're just starting at point A from underneath the fabric, coming up on top of the fabric, and ending at point B, which point B should be the other side of whatever space you're trying to cover. So if you were stitching a circle, you'd start on one end of the circle and then finish that stitch on the other end of the circle. And like I said, satin stitch is definitely my go-to for filling in spaces. However, I would say that it's definitely more ideal for filling in spaces that are not too large, just because it can sometimes be hard to keep the lines straight and looking nice with all of the thread. And then I additionally wanted to add that sometimes your satin stitch can look cleaner if you don't use all six strands of the thread. A lot of times I would recommend maybe only using two or three. It tends to keep the space between the lines kind of more neat. That's all for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching and be sure to check out my other tutorials for more stitch guides.